It's working. And we can talk about the. Will you talk for me really quick? I just want to make sure that's working.
Boopity boop 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 boop
It
boop.
is. It is working. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. Quite. Quite. Let's close that. Let's. Oh, that's how I do that. Okay. Let's go on here. Let's do one of those. Say, join us now. We're live. And then do a little YouTube linkage. Do a little. Oh, that's not the right. Do a little high noon hobby. A little live. It's looking good. We're there. We're showing up. Let's share that. Copy that link. Turn myself down. Hot diggity a dang. And then go link and say that link and say join here. Done. And
Oh, hey, we're live.
yes, we are.
Oh, hey. Hi, everybody. 3 people. We're really live.
We're live. We're live as can be.
Oh, look who's here.
He made it.
Jinja Ninja.
Oh man, I meant to. Oh man, now I can't. Dang it. Dang it.
Hi, Cameron.
Hey. Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Just making sure that Instagram is doing things, making sure that the Friday upload is rendering out as it should. And yeah, wow, we're here. We made it. Oh my goodness. I didn't know if that was going to. I tried to get as close to 7:30 as I can, or as I could, but boy, oh boy, I had a lot of stuff to do this evening. But
You're always the busy man. You're a juggler of jugglers.
I'm kind of a juggly guy. I like to juggle things, but
Not quite juggalo, but you're a juggler.
definitely not quite in that range or that realm. Okay, I want to start off. I'm immediately just so excited. Because you have a new vehicle.
Yes, I have a new vehicle, and I understand why you're so excited, for one.
Why would that be? Well, I want
Because
to know
that
what
means,
your thoughts are. Why do you think that I am excited?
well, there's two parts. You are excited for me,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and
This is
then you're
correct.
also excited to sit in the passenger seat and
I
be driven to places
This
again.
is going to be a change of pace. This is an interesting, yeah.
I mean, you do have a couple taxi tickets in the bank, so to say.
I've earned a few rides, is what you're telling me, from all of
Yes.
my travels.
What people need to know, what we're talking about, is Alec has driven me to many events, most of them, majority of them last year. Okay, all of them. No, no, whoa. I drove to Windover.
You did drive to Wendover.
But then we experience why I don't drive you in my little truck.
Yeah. So for those who are watching, if you're interested or if you want the whole backstory, Mike has a very small. Is it a Chevy? Is it a S2000? Is that what it is?
It it's a Chevy S10.
S10.
Let's see. I think it's a 98.
98. Yes. So it's a very old. I feel like I'm getting some delay here. Hold on. Will you do me a favor? Turn off your camera and turn. Oh wait, talk for me now.
Bookity boop.
Yeah, turn your camera
Is
off and back on for a second. I just want to see. We're getting. Oh, there we go. Now turn it back on. And now talk.
that better? Is that better, bud?
Yeah, that's better. Okay. I was looking at your face move and it wasn't perfectly aligned with your words and it was making me sad. Okay. Mike has. Do you still have it in your possession?
I still have my S10. It's my brother's gonna currently drive it for a bit.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's just still hanging out. I don't want to get rid of it quite yet.
Okay, that's fair. It's kind of a sentimental piece at this point. It's been
Not
around the block.
sentimental, just it's an extra vehicle, and
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if I really want to sell it. It's not worth that much, but
That's
it still has
fair.
some miles on it.
Yeah, how many miles are on
So,
that thing?
the little truck only has like 180,000.
Only 180,000? Okay, yeah, sure thing.
What? I've driven cars with like 200 something.
I'm just
My old
saying, it's getting up there. It's not young. It's not a youthful vehicle.
my old Wrangler that my brother and I shared over the years,
Uh-huh.
my Wrangler from high school.
Uh-huh.
I think that retired with almost 400,000 miles on the straight six.
Okay, but those straight sixes, those things,
They,
they will
you
take a
can't
beating.
kill them
Yeah,
really.
they will take a beating for sure.
Oh, I put that straight six through a beating in high school. That thing was massacred.
Okay, so what is the new vehicle? What did you procure for yourself here, my friend?
I procured a GMC 2000 Safari
A Safari. Yes, yes.
SL, apparently SL.
Mmm.
Um,
Very
it's
nice.
already the back is already pre-built. Um,
So
it
it's
has in
a it's a camper. It's built out as a camper van.
camper van. Yeah, it's a little two-seater in the front with bucket seats, and
Yes.
then the back has some two or like a wood frame that extends
Mm-hmm.
out into the back and makes it so you could put a queen size bed in the back, which already has a little fold out bed in it.
Pretty nice that you can fit a
And
queen size.
it has a 6x6 awning on the side.
Oh, no way. I didn't even notice the awning.
Yeah, it has some LED lights built into it. And then you will like this, you dirty hippie. It has a solar shower on top. One
Oh,
of
is
those
it one of
big,
those like the tubes, like a black tube?
yeah, it's the big black tube and it has a
Mm,
spigot in the back.
that's super nice. That is way nice.
So,
Well, I'm
uh,
jealous.
yeah, yeah, it's chill. It has its quirks, you know. It's a 24-year-old van, but it's gonna do good. It's gonna be fun.
That is fantastic. Well, I'm very excited for you to take it out on some of our new our adventures this next season, as it will be, and give it a trial run, see how she goes.
Yeah, I think the trial run, if you want to plan it and if you want to drive with me, was going to be Desert Mountain.
Ooh, and is
Round
that
one,
is that
uh,
round one of the
it's
North?
round one north. I think it's March 17th, and it
Ooh.
so happens to be my birthday weekend.
Oh, no way. I need to look
Yep.
and see. I swear that I denied someone else
Did you
something.
just look for your phone in like seven places
I
right there,
did.
by the
Well,
way?
I was going to look at my. I was like, do I look at my work phone? My work phone's not going to have that. March 16th. March 16th.
16th. Close enough.
Yes. Yeah, I denied the other person the thing that we were going to do and told them that I already had plans for that. So yes, that works. That works. The only
Nice.
one that I'm gonna miss one.
Oh, sad, sadness.
Which one was it? Oh, maybe I'm not. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the second northern round, which is Chimney Rock. So, okay, for anyone who is my B day is this week. Hey, happy B day, Jalopy. Congratulations. You made it another
Hey,
year around
we
the
like to
sun.
know that.
Let's give a quick shout out here. Chainsaw Evening. Good evening, my friend. Ginger Ninja says I'm almost 100,000 ahead of you. Are you really at 280? That's insane. On the wait, is that on the truck? I mean, it's diesel, but that's still impressive.
That's a work truck. I believe that any day of the week.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Click Clacks RC, what's up? How's it going, man? Appreciate you for stopping by, saying hi. Yeah, so for those of you who aren't in the loop, the dates are out for the North vs. South Utah RC Crawl Championship 2024 series. The dates, I believe, are the dates out for, I don't think the dates are out for the finals yet, but we have all
No,
3 rounds. We have the first
all three rounds.
First,
Yeah,
second,
north and
third.
south.
Yeah, north and south are all planned. Generally speaking, the southern rounds are going to be is it the first or the second? The first weekend?
So
Southern
it's
rounds are going to be the
actually it
first.
switches. So the first month,
So
the
March.
first,
In March, it's the first
yeah,
week of
first
March,
and third week of March,
first and third, and then it's going to be the second and the fourth
and the second
weekend
and fourth for the next 2 months.
for the next 2 months. Yeah, okay. So, and just to clarify for anyone who's writing this down, you can find all of this on the North vs. South Facebook page, which is the Northern Select Crawlers versus Southern Crawlers Facebook page. You can just search that up on Facebook, find it there. You can also, might be able to throw a link down in the description. I can't remember if I can do that, but I'm pretty sure I can. I'll throw a link down in the description once we're done with this. So that you've got it there if you're watching this after the fact. But Northern Select Crawlers versus Southern Crawlers, SLUT. I believe there's a comma. There might not be a comma between those on the Facebook page. Do you know? Is there a comma between those two?
I don't think so. I think you can just type it up. It comes up pretty
Yeah, it
fast.
does come out. It's like the only group that, I mean, it's the only one you're going to find like that. But starts out March 2nd is the first Southern round. That's down in Sand Hollow. And then you've got
At the water
and
towers,
that's the
which
water
hey,
towers.
I would like to know it. I would like to put a note on Sand
Yes.
Hollow.
Yes.
I read an article.
Oh.
Sand Hollow is the most visited state park in the state of Utah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Honestly,
like
that's kind of surprising to me.
I might even still have that article.
I mean, that's cool, and I believe it just with the number of visitors that I see there every time we go. It seems like it's always slam packed, but it's just such a small park. That's impressive. That's very impressive, and I mean, it kind of shows it's a testament to the popularity of crawling in general and off-roading in Utah, because I mean that's kind of the big purpose of the Sand Hollow experience. The Sand Hollow thing is that that it's all about off-roading and off-roading off the beaten path, doing whatever you want to do wherever you want to do it.
I can't find it right now, but I did read that, and I bet it has something to also do with the big events they hold there.
Yeah, that could
they
definitely
hold quite a few of events.
Bump the numbers for sure. Especially this last year, 2023. I mean, wasn't that the first time that that Matt's Off Road did their big event, right? And they brought a ton of people.
That big event, and then Trail Hero.
We got Trail Hero, Winter Jamboree. I mean, there's all sorts. Is it the Winter Jamboree? No, Winter Jamboree's in Moab, right? Am I crazy?
Don't know about that one.
I think that's in. No, I'm thinking of Easter. The Easter Jeep Safari. That's in Moab for sure.
Yeah, Easter Jeep Safari is Moab for sure.
Yeah. But either way, that's impressive. I would believe that just based off of that, the number of events that they hold. That definitely makes sense to me. But so that's Sand Hollow Water Towers. If you don't have a good off-road vehicle, you can park in the parking lot and walk your way over there. I would not recommend trying to make it out to the water towers if you don't have at least all-wheel drive, probably. I mean, the Subaru made it out there just fine, but you wouldn't want to take like a two-wheel drive. Although, did Taylor make it out in his? No, he got stuck. Yeah, don't take a two-wheel drive vehicle. 16th of March is the first northern round, and that's the Desert Mountain one that we're talking about. So you get to check out Mike's new van, the Sons of Crawl Mobile. And then Desert Mountain was a cool one. That's kind of out there, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's definitely worth the trip. I really enjoyed the crawling out there. I thought that the rock is really good. I like the isolation. I like being away from everything. It's nice. It's, some of the spots that we go, Sand Hollow is one of those spots that's just kind of can be crowded sometimes, to our point.
Yep.
But it's full size invasion. Yeah.
I feel like we only saw at that, when we were at Desert Mountain for the finals, we only saw probably like
tiny portion.
I don't know, 4 or 5 other cars than us the entire weekend.
Oh yeah, there was like no one else out there, and that's probably the theme generally speaking out there. There's just no one else out there. It's not amazing camping, but it's certainly not bad camping by any means. And we even had some bad weather, and I still felt like it was pretty decent. So I think with some nice weather, it'd be even better.
Yeah. it was so decent trying to cook a bunch of tacos with like 10 dudes holding the slug tent down so it didn't fly away. And I'm sitting
Oh,
there
that was
trying to
funny.
just like hold all the flame I can in just to cook some
I
tacos.
remember like trying to put tarps on the side so that it wouldn't blow your flame out as you were trying to cook stuff. And yeah, that was an experience for sure. It was definitely an experience. And it didn't matter what we tried to put on the slut tent to weight it down. It didn't matter. It did not
No,
matter. It
it,
was
it
not
it
enough.
all it did was took 20 guys and just
Everyone's like, okay, let's just grab a piece of this tent and hold it down. Man, I had forgotten about that night. That was it definitely got windy that night. I think if the weather was nice, it would definitely be a lot better, but that was a little rough. And we just got some torrential downpours while we were there too. It was crazy. We had hail.
yeah.
But didn't we have like a crazy hailstorm? That was just a
Uh,
weird weekend.
oh, it was the hailstorm coming in.
Yeah, no, and no, that but we had another hailstorm. Remember when everyone was kind of already there and set up and it started hailing on us. I'm trying to remember. It must have been that must have been the last day because we were doing the class 3 stuff. No.
No,
Yeah,
I want to say it was Saturday because the
may have
next
been
day when we
Saturday.
did the finals or whatever.
May have been Saturday. But I just
Yeah.
remember it like it hurt. The it literally hurt. It was impressively painful that hail. It was coming down
Oh yeah, I do remember that. We
and
were all
everyone was like
hiding in our
running for their
different spots.
lives. Yeah. Oh man, that was gnarly.
I
Um,
think I remember I like ran by and grabbed someone's like bag of gummy bears and then like ended up in Cletus's
I remember
trailer was
you.
just like,
I
who
just
wants this candy? I found it.
because I was outside like trying to buckle things down and get everything put away and everything like that, and I just remember like it kind of subsided and it was seemingly not that bad. I'm gonna turn myself down a little bit. I just realized I'm peeking. Sorry guys. It was like not that bad, and there we go. Then like as it started to settle, everyone just came out of all the little holes, all the little nooks and crannies. You started emerging out of every trailer, out of every car, everywhere. Like everyone was just like, "Is it over? Is it done? Did we survive it?" And I thought that was freaking hilarious. But yeah, that was rough. It wasn't the best weather that trip, but we still made the best out of it. And I thought it was it was pretty funny how it rained like pretty significant rainstorm and then just seemed to dry up perfectly. Like it dried up just in the nick of time for us to do those class 2 finals before it got all dark outside. It was like
Yep.
it wanted the event to continue. It wanted to give us a little test of our strength, but it still wanted to, give us the opportunity to make the event happen. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, hopefully the weather's better this time. Knocking on wood. See what we
So
get.
we're on Desert Mountain. That would put us at round two,
So we're at round
right?
2 for the south, which is that's that Apple Valley location. I've never been there before, so it's the White Rocks in Apple Valley. That's a new one for us. And for the southern events this year, it's B&B RC are going to be doing the hosting on them. So stoked to see how their hosting goes, seeing how they're kind of I'm sure Logan will probably be involved in some of the course setting, but it'll be fun to see some new course setters and see how that works out because if
Yep.
anyone has been on one of Logan's courses, it is not easy. It is pretty difficult to get through Logan's courses. He tests you to the maximum capabilities, and the way that the way that I heard him phrase it once for course setting, Logan, he said, I want to make it challenging enough that I know that I'm not going to be able to get through the course every time, or get through each gate every time without fail. Like I know that I'm going to be. It's not necessarily a coin flip, but it's a significant challenge to get through those gates, and I think that's a good way to set them. Like you want it to be a significant challenge. You don't want it to be easy. You don't want it to be like, yeah, you can definitely get up, right? Or if you just know this one thing, you can get up. It's like kind of fun to, even if you know the tricks, even if even if you can spot the line and you see the line itself, the best line through it is still challenging. I think that's a good way to set
Yep.
courses.
It's
Um,
you gotta have the so you can't just make every gate just like it's nothing. You gotta have put something into it and you gotta have some risk and reward.
Yeah.
If you're going to risk taking that line, you got, you're going to get some reward, but there could be some bad effects about it. And that's just what RC comping is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that he does a really good job. I mean, I think that Luke also does a really good job of course setting as well. I think that we really lucked out with some amazing course setters for these events. So, like I was saying, I think it's gonna be cool to see new course setters out there, see what their take on it is, and see how challenging it is, and just get kind of refreshed and renewed perspective on things. So that's the first, or that's the second Southern round. That's the first weekend, or the second weekend technically of April. That's on the 13th of April, and then we've got the 27th of April. This is the one that I'm going to be missing, but that's the Chimney Rock for the second northern round. Chimney Rock is always a good one. I really enjoy that area. I think that that's part of kind of the little Moab constellation, if you will, of rocks out there. And it's fairly close to home, fairly close to the Salt Lake Valley. It's not a long drive for anyone who's in the area to check it out, but it's still some really good crawling. And I was reviewing some of the footage from Chimney Rock last year, and there's some, I mean, there's some brutal lines that you can put on that, especially in that boulder section kind of off to the side where they did that
Yep.
second class 2, that upper class 2 course. If you haven't caught, I believe that was last week's upload, was just brutality it was Zach's runs. That's what it was through both of those courses. The lower one was definitely not nearly as hard as the upper one, but the upper one made up for it. The upper one was brutal. That was the one that I think most people that I watched go through that upper course ended up DNFing on gate 9 or 10 because it was so
Yep.
tough. And even Zach, he's a quick runner. He's a speedy boy, and even he was not able to get through that course. He DNF'd on
Well,
10.
the other thing about that course is that, it's one thing for your RC trucks to make it up some of these lines. It's another thing for you to
You,
crawl up
yeah,
like those lines. It was like pause time so I can crawl up this boulder so I can get to the other side so I can see my RC car.
it's hilarious you say that because I was just narrating next week's upload before we hopped on here, and I was saying that exact same thing about see, where was that? That was Three Peaks. There were a couple spots in Three Peaks where it was not just a test of your rig crawling up the rocks. It was a test of you crawling up the rocks and whether or not you could make it. It was a little bit more graduated slopes at Three Peaks, but there were some spots that were pretty tough to get up and over. That class 2 course that we had set up there, where you had to crawl, you had to kind of, it was straight up a sheer face, and there was really no way around it. And it's funny to see some people's approach, right? One person might just call a pause and take their time and go all the way around, and then you've got the really committed drivers who are just in it to win it, and they're just not thinking about anything else, and they're trying to like run up the wall, or like, they ended up kind of ape like crawling up the wall. Like it was not an easy spot, but there's definitely been a few of those areas that are a test not only of your rig but also of of the crawling capabilities of yourself, of your legs. So that's Chimney Rock, 27th of April. And then we're still on the 2nd and the 4th weekend of May for these round 3s. Round 3 for the South is going to be on May 11th, and that is Three Peaks. Like I was saying, very excited for Three Peaks. I love Three Peaks. And then we have... And that's also, that's the site of We Rock. We've got some really good full-scale crawling there, so if that's your interest, I would definitely recommend you check that out as well. And then we've also got the North vs. South Northern Round 3, which is, of course, Little Moab, the one and only Little Moab. Plenty of established lines there, plenty of new lines still to find, so see what we get from Luke on the course setup there. And I believe that we are now in an ad roll. Very, very exciting. So I don't know if people can still hear us, but I'm going to take this opportunity while this ad roll is going and just disconnect this hard drive from my computer now that we're done uploading this. I'm going to do one of those, pull that guy out, and then do one of these so that we might... Let's see, what time is it? Oh, it's already 8? Holy crap. That happened so quickly. How did that happen so quickly?
We only been on a half an hour, brother.
Still, though. It doesn't feel like a half an hour. It feels like we've been talking for like 10 minutes. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. So, was that all of them? Was that the whole gambit? That was the whole gambit. So that's that last one was the 25th. I don't know if I actually quoted the date there. So the 11th of May, that's going to be the Three Peaks Recreation Area for the third southern round. And then the third northern round is Little Moab, and that is on the 25th of May. And I
And then
believe... Oh,
June 1st,
I
right?
think you're right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that first weekend of June is what we're shooting for. Yes, actually, that's for sure because I have a trip going on the next weekend, and I was stoked that I was going to be able to make it because it was that weekend. So that first weekend of June is, but it's still TBD in terms of location. So don't put it in your calendar and forget because you will come upon that time and not know where it's supposed to be. But keep your eye on the Northern Slug Crawlers versus Southern Crawlers Facebook page. That's where you are going to find that information. Josh Johnson, hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you
What
in
up,
here.
Josh?
Appreciate you joining us here. And Ginger Ninja saying I almost lost his nipple at the Chimney Rock. Yes. Do you remember that when he slipped?
That was terrifying.
Yeah. Actually, that was the same. Was it? I think it was the same event that Tyson slipped and like also almost died. Wasn't that a Chimney Rock?
I want to
I
maybe say
have
it was the same place, but not the same
not.
year.
It may have been. It may not have been. Yeah. You're right. It was the next. It was this last year. It was 2023, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Cameron almost lost his nipple in 2022.
yeah.
But
So
that
we've almost lost the kneecap and we've almost lost the nipple in our events.
and I didn't get the nipple on camera, unfortunately. That's a weird phrase. But I did get the almost losing his ACL, honestly, but or at least shivving his kneecap open.
I feel like you need to find that run, and we need to make like a small little video meme of him going back and forth, like a little north versus south
The
meme.
gif
Just
like the looping gifs where it's just him eating crap over and over again. That'd be pretty good.
I mean, I know Tyson would be laughing his ass off right now. He's
He
like,
was
hell yeah, I want to see it right
Dude,
now.
he
I
was
want that
definitely
back screen of my phone.
He was laughing his ass off as it happened. I'm trying to think, when was that we were at Chimney Rock last year? I can't remember the dates on that, but I could look it up. I think that was the third round for the North.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Because the second round was going to be at White Rock, and we ended up doing Windover. Which, man, I would love to go back to Windover. Those were some bitchin' courses.
Wendover it's just that sandpaper rock, man. It's just fantastic rock.
Sandpaper, some of those rocks. Last time I went out there for a comp with Taylor for the 801. I had cars like gripping into the rock, and suddenly your car would just be like,
yeah, it's no joke.
Flip right
man.
upside down.
It's some serious grip. Let me see if I can find. I want to see. Was it the 21st? No, because that
On the
was...
side note, since we were kind of talking about it, I just looked up the We Rock competition for the rock crawling. And round 2, Three Peaks, is on the 27th and the 28th.
Say
out of town?
Say that again.
April 27th and 28th is the round 2 for the We Rock competition at Three Peaks.
April 27th and 28th. April.
Because we could just camp out at the
That's the one that I'm going to be out for.
spot.
That's also the second northern round. That's kind of unfortunate timing.
Oh, that is the second northern?
Yeah.
Or second southern?
April 27th. No, that's the second northern. That's going to be Chimney Rock. But that's when I am on vacation. I'm on family vacation. We got the whole gang getting together.
That's dumb.
It was unfortunate timing. They did not. They obviously did not look at the calendar and see what was going on.
I feel like we need to talk to them and we need to switch.
Well, you could switch that month and have the first, because that's the second, right?
Hey, I feel like I need to just call Luke and do this.
That's gonna take some logistics, because technically it's the third. Yeah, it's the third Southern round. You could just switch. No, yeah, you'd have to do some serious logistics changes because it's the third Southern round, which is Three Peaks, which is on the 11th of May. So we're literally missing it by, well, 2 weeks still. But if they were to switch the second and third Southern rounds and then switch the dates between those two in April of the Northern and Southern.
If you guys could just switch everything on the schedule,
just change it
we
all.
all could be at We Rock the same time.
It was cool. It was cool to be. I mean, we're going to be out at a crawling event on the 27th, so it would be cool to make it the We Rock one. Okay, that's our little bit of feedback from Sons of Crawl and High Noon Hobby. Y'all can figure out the details there. We don't.
Y'all can figure that out. That's the new schedule.
It's not that hard.
Just kidding.
It's not. I mean, what I said, I feel like I made it sound more complicated than it actually is, but it's not that hard. It could be done fairly easily. I don't know if things are set in stone. I don't know what the deal is, so I don't know what I'm getting into when I say that. I could be completely wrong. I could be talking out of my ass. Well, I am definitely.
You know, us northern boys aren't scared to travel some miles. So we'll just go to Three Peaks twice.
Yeah, might as well. Why not? But let's see. North is going to take it here. I believe it. We're going to bring our A game. This year will be someone's nads. Yeah, watch out when you're at Chimney Rock, man. That is a dangerous place to be. I would definitely not screw around too much on that rock. I guess it's got a hankering to hurt people.
It's hankering for a spankering.
Oh, dear. Ooh.
Hey, now.
Ooh. I wanted to see if I could find it, but it's so hard. I must say, I'm not a big VLC media player fan. I don't know if any of you guys are big video hogs on your Windows computers, but if you are, please tell me what program you use to actually see thumbnails of your gosh dang videos. I gotta okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to move us over here so that when this pops up, it doesn't completely destroy everything. But then I have to go in, immediately pause it. Because it just starts playing super loud. Sorry about that if anyone just got deafened. Turn that down to 0. This is Chimney Rock. Okay, I'm in the right folder. Now I just got to find the right video. I'm going to just search through here. Oh my God. Do you remember? Okay, this is good. This is funny enough to share. Do you remember this? Hold on. Let's
the old share stream, please.
Yes. Is this where it happened? Yep. It's like, what did we subject these children to? Okay, hold on. Studio mode. Live breakdowns. There we go. And transition to live breakdowns. And share my screen. And share this screen. And go live. You should now be able to see what I'm seeing if you click on it.
Oh, look at that pose. Luke is doing a great pose there.
Look at that. Both of these guys.
Scumbag RC.
Head honchos. But he's actually filming these guys because do you remember this?
I have no volume.
Oh, you don't need volume.
Oh, I do remember this. It was the fastest they could squeeze out the bottle.
I mean, that is just pure gold. The idea of you know what? I think we need a little extra entertainment at the expense of the children. And this was how it turned out.
Wasn't this at? Oh yeah, this is at Chimney right there.
That was Chimney, yeah. And this is I think that was Logan's idea. I can't remember for sure whose idea that was, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Let's go back to the two heads and keep looking for the kneecapping. I'm curious, but I just thought that was brilliant. Like, how do we entertain ourselves? Let's just make the children dump water on their heads. It had to have been, you know what? Was that at Chimney Rock? That I can't remember for sure. I thought it was.
I think it was.
Why is this stuff?
Tyson, get on the dang chat group. We need to know.
Oh my god. Okay, this was just I don't even know the context, but let's switch. Let's just go. Let's go back to this. He's got live breakdowns. Let's switch over there. Come over here. Put this up for you. Look at this, just absolute shit show.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's
So,
me hopping around next to you.
this is a lesson to anyone and everyone. Do not
use magnets.
Do not use magnets.
Don't use magnets to put your body on. Well, I mean you can, because then you just
lose the body,
like
and then you get to run your body. Yeah, the judges ruled that this was fair. This was fair game.
Well, yeah, look who your judge is. Me.
Yes, very fair ruling. Incredibly fair. Look at, and my body's back there getting passed around from person to person. I just ditched it on the ground somewhere along the way. That chimney rock, that did not go well for me. For anyone who doesn't know how that ended, I believe it's the next video. Oh, why is this not? It's not play. I'm pretty sure that was the point. It shows up on my other computer just fine. These are just blank nothingness. That's fun. That's exciting. All right. Well, let's switch back to this and bring us back up. Oh, are we? Nope. Nope, we are not. There we go. Now we're up. Now we're over there, except we need to be over here and then move this over here. Boy, this is hard. This is hard work to try to sort through this stuff. People who do live streaming all day.
Yeah, well, the other thing is you're talking and live streaming. The other guys, they're just behind the lines, and they're like, hold up a second. You got this. Give me a second back here.
Well, and they probably like plan, and like have stuff actually put together. Oh, this is Zach's run. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought that was where Tyson ate it, but I'm going to have to look back through and see if I can find it, because that is not in that folder.
Well, when you do find it, maybe make a little like looped intro for the high noon hobby stream.
I'll add it into the 2024 North vs. South intro so people see just what's on the line here, the stakes. And putting your body on the line too, man.
Can Ginger Ninja, can we get a picture of like the scar on your nipple for that too?
The music is really loud? The music? There's music? I didn't know there was music. On what? On the live breakdowns? Wait, hold on. Is there music? Oh my god, there is music. Holy shit.
Demonetized.
Nah, it's royalty free. But thank you for the oh my goodness, thank you for the call out there. That's probably why we lost a couple of viewers. They were over it. I had my playlist, my waiting list playlist somehow made it onto that screen. Thank you, Ginger Ninja. I would have gone. You know what? I've used that screen so many times, and no one has ever said anything. That's a testament right there to all of you out there who are just willing to deal with it, I guess.
They're like, Dad, they know what they're doing.
That is hilarious. All right, well, I'm excited for, let's see, what other topics did I have laid out for us? It was the upcoming southern events, or the northern and southern events, the new vehicle, the very exciting new vehicle for the Sons of Crawlmobile. Do you have any other thoughts here? Any other ideas? Oh, of course, yes. Okay. Ooh.
What is my idea that you suddenly figured out?
We'll come back, or we'll circle back around. We'll get to the back of the class eventually. I have 2 new patches coming. Well, actually, technically, including the patch that you and I have been working on, we have 3 new patches coming. And then I have 2 more coming in the middle of the summer. So it's going to be a patch, just a patch fiesta. It's going to be a patch. Can't come up with a good.
It's going to be a patchery.
It was. Yeah, it was only loud when you were playing the videos. Yeah, I have to switch over to a different like kind of screen when I do that. It's streaming stuff. But when I switched over to that screen, I didn't realize that I had a playlist going on that screen. So, Yeah, sorry about that. It's now turned off. So next time we go over there, it'll be fine. See, now if we go over there, boom, you can see us twice, and you can also see that there's no more music playing over here. Now it's just nice, peaceful tranquility. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Um, what was I saying?
The
Two new
patches.
patches. Two new patches for actually I'm not going to get I'm just going to tease it. I'm not going to give you the two organizations, but we have two new completely new organizations that we haven't worked with this year that are fantastic organizations, charity organizations. One is completely RC related and one is not RC related but is still a very good kind of um,
And then we
community
haven't
thing.
worked with them before.
And we haven't worked with either of these two organizations before. So put it in the chat if you think you can guess who we're working with. I'm very excited about both of them. Like I said, one of the organizations, a nonprofit organization, registered nonprofit organization that is fully immersed in the RC world, and then one that is a nonprofit that is a food-based nonprofit that is based out of Utah. Those are the hints that I'm going to give you. You can find out by watching next Friday's upload if you want to know for certain who those organizations are, and I will show you the two patches in that video. I just edited and rendered out that video, like I said, before this podcast, or this live stream. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about those two. And then we have our third patch, which is the new, never before seen North vs. South Utah patch, a new logo and everything. And I'm taking no credit for that logo at all. It's a beautiful new logo, though. Freaking sick. And just placed the order for that patch on, let's see, what was that, Friday? I think I sent in the order for that on Friday. So we should have those patches, all of those patches should be coming in time for the first northern round. So unfortunately, they won't be here for the first southern round because that's coming up so soon. It takes some time to make 100 patches. Totally understandable. But we've got the two charity organization patches should be there for that second northern round, second round overall, second event of the year. And as well as that first or the new northern patch, which is yeah, I'm stoked about it. I think we're both pretty stoked about it. We went back and forth for quite some time trying to figure out how we wanted to do this patch. We were
I haven't even seen the final product in the color yet.
It's
Patch either.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good. Oh man, yeah, I didn't even send you what it looked like with the color change. Oh
Now you're like, here's
man.
just the price. I was like,
Yep. As that was the first thing I did. As soon as I got sent that logo, I immediately went in and changed the color to the color that we had discussed previously. So pretty excited about that. It's gonna be a good one. Taking that, the classic white and black logo is what they're using for the North vs. South, and we added our own little touch to it, our own little blend. And we decided to go for a specific type of patch because we were exploring a few. Yeah, salt. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of that. We were trying to decide between a couple different ways of doing the patches. We were thinking about a new way of doing the patches. We're thinking about an old way of doing the patches. The way that we decided to do it was based off of the detail of this particular logo. I've made quite a few different patches at this point, and I'm fairly familiar with what works well. And this patch has a lot of detail in it, so stoked about that. It's going to be a really cool patch, but that kind of dictated how we were going to do it. So yeah, how many times can I say patch in one live stream? Lots.
I was just thinking it. I was just like,
lots of times. Yeah. But 100% of the proceeds for both of those organizational patches go to those nonprofits. 100% of the proceeds. We'll be tallying it up, donating that at the end of the year. My goal is to hit 5,000. If we can hit 5,000, I think that'd be really, really cool. I can't remember what the number was last year, but it was closing in on 2,000 for the charity, and that was overall. Last year, to be clear, we did an overall donation, just 50% overall, because I didn't have a cool new patch last year. This year, we're going back to the patches. We're doing just those patches are going to be donated entirely.
I feel with like these patches, we need to get like You remember those old signs that you like had in high school with the fundraisers, and it was like the thermometer, and we'd like color it
We
in
need
as
to
we go?
we need to bring that out to the events, like a cardboard thermometer showing how much we're trying to
No,
make.
and we need to have it on our live stream too. Like,
Ooh.
and we could get your donations again
Yes.
for the old patch.
This is brilliant.
So like we're
This
on
is
like,
brilliant. I'm
public
100% in.
radio asking for all your dollars.
And you get a mug, but this time you get a patch. Yeah.
You get you see this mug? You don't get it, but you can
Well,
get a
and it's,
patch.
I like doing it this way because I personally like donating. I also like volunteering. I do a lot of both. But there's something to like, getting something out of it. Like in this case, you get the nice feel goods of everything that you just spent goes to a donation, but you also get something for it. And it makes me feel good and warm and fuzzy inside because it's High Noon Hobby. Really living.
Shiny.
Yeah, I mean, it's like maximizing the potential of what we're trying to do here, what I'm trying to do here with High Noon. Like I love crawling. I love this community. I love everything that we do on the YouTube channel. I love all of you guys that are here along with us for the ride. But I also love, being able to give back, and this is a cool way to do it, I think. So stoked about that. Those, you can actually see those in next Friday's uploads. So that's going to be this upcoming Friday. So, and I should also mention we're going to go back to Sundays as much as we can. We missed this Sunday, or we pushed back from Sunday to Monday this time, obviously because we had the Super Bowl. And it wasn't even an early game. It was a later game, so it would have totally interfered with... speaking of which, did you watch the game? Did you actually watch it?
Yeah, we TiVoed it, watched parts of it. Towards
Nice.
the end, I just was like, it's getting late. Looked at my
Man, but
phone,
the end
saw
is
who
so
won, went to
good.
bed.
Oh, it's so good, though. Like, that
It
was the
wasn't.
best...
It was a horrible Super Bowl.
What? Dude, that was the best Super Bowl I've seen probably in my life. I've watched a lot of Super Bowls. That one was a nail biter. What? What are you talking about? Overtime? An overtime Super Bowl game with new overtime rules that made it even crazier? Like, oh man. I don't know, man. I could go on a rant with that. I won't do it. That doesn't fit the theme of the show, but I was pretty stoked. I was also stoked about the outcome of it. Go Kansas City. Pat Mahomes getting another one. We've got a replacement for the Brady Meister. He's coming in strong. He's going to be the next. He's carrying the torch
Yay.
forward. He's carrying
Go
the torch
Swift
forward.
Nation.
I didn't even say anything about Taylor Swift. Although I will say,
I know.
if I had a celebrity crush, which I do, it might or may not be, but definitely is Taylor Swift. She's a badass. But that's my 2 cents. She's been my celebrity crush since I was like 10. So you can't change it now. It's either Taylor Swift or is it not Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, because I think that's a guy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Who's Deadpool? Who plays Deadpool? Is that
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I would go with him too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, you're done.
I turned it off after they tied 16-16. Dude, oh man, that was just a great game. It was a nail biter to the very end. Overtime, just so good, amazing, and a great outcome. That dopey Travis, man. It was good all in all. I enjoyed it. But that's why we couldn't do a Sunday stream. So we will be going back to normally scheduled Sunday streams starting not next weekend because that's a Friday upload weekend. So just to clarify, every other weekend will be a live stream. So every weekend will be a piece of content. You will either get an upload or you will get a live stream. You will not get both. You just have to be content with that.
And in April, somewhere around there, we should be able to go back to regular time High Noon Hobby, or High Noon at High Noon, so to say.
In April? Nice.
Very nice. In April, because I'll be back
out
to just doing 6 days a week instead of 7.
Hey, nice. That's terrible.
I was talking with an associate today that I work with, And we figured out this is day 42 straight for me.
Dear Lord Almighty, you gotta make sure you're doing your mental health and well being checks with yourself,
Yeah,
making sure
that's
you're.
that's called sleeping when I'm tired.
Yeah, that's fair. That'll work. So that means we won't have one on the 18th, but we will have one on. Oh, that's gonna start screwing with our schedule again. We're gonna
One day
be
we'll figure out
we're
the
gonna be down at
schedule
Sand
thing.
Hollow for the next weekend that we're supposed to do one. So we might have to push back to Monday again. But again, if you do not follow High Noon Hobby on social media, links are all in the description. Make sure you do. That's how you're going to find out about all this stuff. I try to make posts at least a couple days in advance and then one a day in advance and really try to hammer it into your heads when things are happening. I need to get better about putting the times on there. But the hard part is.
Yeah, especially because this guy had to call him and say, "What time are we doing this
Yeah,
tonight?" By the
and I
way,
was gonna say it's hard for me right now because I am so like I remember doing this live stream 6 months ago or whatever and claiming that I was really busy, and that is hilarious to think that I thought that I was busy 6 months ago. That is just comical to think that I was busy 6 months ago because I was not even close to busy compared to how busy I am now. Like it's not even it's like apples to oranges.
I
I
feel like I see a little gray in your mustache.
Dude, I yeah, probably. I I was I got solicited for a meeting tonight, another meeting tonight, and I was looking at my calendar. I was like, I am booked out solid until Friday. Like not a spare second. I don't have a spare second. If you want to meet with me, the next time that I have available is Friday, and I have an hour window on Friday, and that's all I got. And then the next window after that is going to be 2 weeks out. I have
So what?
every.
So what you're saying is that there's no poker on Friday?
No, there should still be no. That's planned into this. That's in the schedule.
Okay,
That's a
just
regularly
checking.
scheduled activity. That's a regularly scheduled activity that's in the calendar. But that's why I only have an hour window. Otherwise, I would have like a 3 hour window. But now I only have an hour window, because of that. And it might just be game night. Not sure about poker for sure. Now we're just getting into personal. Now we're just doing personal planning. Hope you guys all enjoy. But
Just to let you know what our lives are like.
yeah, right. But no, yeah, it's just I'm so busy. I set a bunch of goals at the start of the year. I didn't like do any sort of New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I kind of hate New Year's resolutions. But what I did do was I sat down and kind of did an audit on my life in a bunch of different areas and decided like what my goals were in those areas. Like looked at where I am now, looked at where I'm trying to get. Like tried to put together some realistic goals and then tried to put together some kind of unrealistic goals, like some kind of out there, like this is the dream if I could accomplish these things. And every single day I'm trying to just move the needle on every single one of those areas. But what that means is I put together daily to-do lists and I am busy from when I wake up, which is now, again, hilarious that I thought I was busy back then. I was waking up at like, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I now never wake up any later than 6:30, and that's late. Normally, I'm up at 6. I'm starting to get into that 5 territory. God, I'm not a morning person. It's so hard to do that. But
That's funny because like I'm waking up. I'm an early riser,
yes, you
and
are.
I'll
I
be kind of like
I respect
looking
the
on
shit
my
out of you.
phone. What was that?
I was just saying I respect the shit out of you for that because that's a talent, man. That is a straight up talent.
Well, it's also 15 years of the training. Uh, but definitely I'm sitting up there, I'll look on my phone and I'll pop on an Instagram or chat and I'm like, oh, Alex awake. Look.
I
Like
love that
very
morning chat
surprising.
you sent me this morning. That was great. That was
Yeah,
fantastic.
I have a couple of good one of those. I figured you like that kind of stuff.
That was good. That was
Get
good.
you going.
I like those motivational posts. The especially when they're kind of funny and
Yeah,
fun.
especially when they use the F word as
Yeah,
many times
yeah,
as
exactly,
possible in the matter of
exactly.
20 seconds.
And your effing ray of sunshine. No, but I mean, I really I do enjoy that type of stuff. I try to like my mornings are pretty routine now. They're pretty much like I've got a really good morning routine going. Do a workout in the morning, do cold shower, do gratitude journaling, all that sort of stuff, all the stuff to fill the cup. And then I also try to spend a little bit of time on social media. I kind of cap it to like 5 or 10 minutes, which is really just trying to. I have like posts that I schedule. I try to get those out. I try to do I put a couple things on the story, just get a little bit of engagement going on there. But yeah, so I'm up early again. Roundabout, circle back to the beginning of that, which is I am just so much busier now. So I put together these to-do lists. I am busy from when I wake up in the morning, 6 a.m. or whatever, till usually like 9:30 at night, and then my brain shuts off and I read a book and pass out. And I'm always passed out by 10:30 now. That's just the rule of thumb. Even when we're doing like these game nights or poker nights or whatever, it's hilarious because it's like, all right, children, see y'all later. I'm going to bed now. Josh Johnson, what 3D printer do you recommend? That's a good question. Jinja Ninja, if he's still in chat, he just recently got a new 3D printer, which is freaking sweet. If you're looking for like a crazy efficient 3D printer, I would consider going that direction or looking elsewhere, because my 3D printer isn't crazy efficient, but I do still really like it. I enjoy it. It works really well. I've had it for quite a while now, and I can finally say that I've put it through its paces. I've printed a lot of stuff, especially printing that like
Yes.
3D
And by the
printed
way,
snowmobile.
if you're circling around trying to remember what your 3D printer is, it's an Ender 3 V2,
No, I
Alex.
was
Just
getting
letting
there.
you
I was
know.
getting there. I was just building up
Okay,
to it,
just
I
checking.
was just building up to it. Dang it. You just ruined it. You ruined the I was going to peak and it was going to be so good, and then you just like
Yeah, whatever. You were
just
looking
cut it
up
off.
your model on the other screen of your
No, dude, I
computer.
was actually looking at the bed that I need to clean off because I did a 3D print, and then I was a bad boy and just left it.
Oh,
Here. I've got
believe me,
these like little
this bed over
stringy
here,
bits over here going on. I didn't
I
pick up
think
more
it
isopropyl
has
alcohol.
some glue on there that ain't gonna come off.
Yeah, I've got all the nice stringies going on right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to do that right this very minute before I forget to, but I forgot to pick up more isopropyl alcohol. It really, whatever 3D printer you get, Bamboo Labs A1 or A1 Mini. That's what Jinja Ninja's got in the chat right now. I would definitely say. I mean, I just seen some videos that Cameron sent over of that thing working, and it's impressive. Like I was impressed by the Ender V2 when I got this thing. I was like, dang, this thing churns out prints. It's not even not even close. It's not even like it's
No,
not even in the same ballpark. We're not
when
even playing the same
we're
game
running
anymore.
we're running 50 millimeters per second, and some of these ones are going 1,000 millimeters per
It's just like
second
darting.
between the print, not actually extruding, but between the print, it
Yeah,
can go up to 1,000
it's insane.
millimeters. That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm probably running like depending on the type of print I'm doing, yeah, between like 35 and 50 millimeters
Yeah.
extrusion. And that's, I think that's pretty bog standard at this point. I think that's probably on the bottom of the totem pole, but gets the job done. They're probably really inexpensive. You might even be able to get some used deals at this point on something like that. But yeah, I don't have I don't have any great advice for new stuff. Just it's hard to say, because I haven't kept up on it. Once I got this 3D printer and it seems to be working well, I've just kept it maintained and it's treated me well for now a couple years. So if you're thinking about, if you're trying to figure that out, know that the technology moves quickly. So whatever you get, you're going to be outshined by something, 6 months down the road or whatever. But the reality is, like, it'll get the job. If it's going to get the job done for you now, these things are built to run for thousands of hours and without any sort of hiccups. I mean, sometimes, like, if your mic, you run into some hiccups. But in
If you run your
general,
machine to the bone and never clean it at first, yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
like you as much.
it's not
That's
super
the good
stoked about
thing.
that.
Mine breaks. Alex knows how to fix his.
Yep. Yeah, I just keep them running. That's my job. So but yeah. Alec, are we going to freshen up your student driver before the start of the series? Yeehaw. Dude,
I don't know. The
I don't
schedule's
know,
pretty
man.
full for the next 2 weeks.
I don't know how we're gonna make it happen. I I've been severely lacking on bench time over the last month or so. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
6 months.
No, 6 months I was still doing stuff. Actually, I did stuff right before I went in for surgery, but I kind of half completed a bunch of projects, and now I need to go through and complete those projects. I need to order some parts, but I've been trying to be much more financially responsible, and that just means not buying anything at any point ever. And so, like, even
I understand this.
yeah,
I'm with you on this.
yeah, and I need to buy a couple micro servos to finish one of my projects, and I have another project that I'm staring at right now that I need to buy a whole kit to make that project work, and it's like, man, I can't really justify spending that much money, and I don't want to put a ton of effort into the student driver because I know I'm moving a different direction, but I can't move that direction very quickly, so maybe I do need to do a refresh of the student driver. Probably will.
Maybe you just need to make a taxi. The high noon
Taxi.
taxi service.
if anything, if anything, I need to not do magnet mounts on the body.
Yes.
I just need to
But
fix
if
that.
anything, if you could find one of those old New York style taxi cab like shells, like bodies, that would be so sick.
That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough to find the time, but I would like to find the time to just do a little refreshener on the old student driver. Honestly, great rig, and now that I've rebuilt the axles and they're nice and strong again, and I've got the weighting figured out. I got the suspension thanks to Cameron. I got a lot of this stuff kind of dialed in. I'd like to actually be able to use it, but dear Lord, I need to get those magnet mounts off of there. I need to go to some legit mounts that aren't going to drop the body at the beginning of the run, as we saw for the
You
yeah.
mean body posts? Weird.
Yeah, yeah,
Weird
yeah,
how those
yeah, yeah,
things
yeah,
work.
yeah. Okay. I was trying to be special and trying to make it easy on myself, quickly pop the body off, do all the things you need to do.
Oh,
I couldn't do it.
sorry. I didn't realize it was student driver, not special ed.
I don't see I hate this little heart that shows up here.
I hate it too. You can't
Mike
see the
needs
corner.
Mike needs RC van. An RC van. Yes. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's the funny thing is I did see a 3D print. That might have to be my 3D print of the week next week.
I'm just gonna throw a couple
Is
helmets out for that one.
there's a little 3D figurine of my van already that I found on
Yes.
Colts. I was just like, I guess that's what the little
Mm-hmm.
demon needs to be on top of my dash. It's just a minivan. It's my minivan of my minivan.
I think that is fantastic. I love that idea. All right. Well, I think that patches. Did you have any other topics? Now we're circling back around.
Mm,
Well, we covered the patches. We covered the new crawling season. Covered some shenanigans. Covered the new van. I
you
can't.
know what? I suggest. I'm going to make a suggestion.
Oh, let's hear it.
This year, I feel like we need to do a really cool video of all our trailing adventures.
I agree. I agree. We definitely need to do more trailing
Like we
videos.
need we need like a little Cottonwood, like
Yes.
the
Yes.
highlight
A
of little
highlight
Cottonwood.
edit reel of Little Cottonwood would be pretty cool. We could make some cool stuff happen there.
Even
Honestly,
even if
that's
it was just like a little like a an overview of it, but then just like a little video that
a
really
lot of the
like
beginning of this channel was doing a lot of that sort of stuff. Just like let's go out on a hike and just like record some stuff, and or like on it, even going to Sugar House Park, recording stuff at Sugar House Park. Like we had some humble beginnings here at the High Noon Hobby YouTube channel, and I'd like to go back to the roots. I'd like to do. I definitely am going to
we will
be.
come full circle.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Plus, with my knee, I think it's gonna be easier to like record stuff on trail adventures than it is to be like hopping around rocks and stuff like I was before. At least for
Oh,
this
like the
season.
little spider monkey you are.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be back to that. I'll get back to my spider monkey status, but it's gonna take some time. I'm still, we're looking at like probably August, September for like a full rehab on my knee, like back to 100%, hopefully like 110%. But until then, I'm going to be taking it pretty easy. So I'm going to have to figure out some kind of shortcuts and stuff for trying to record the runs. Like I said, doing the Insta 360 like in the truck or on the truck, and I've got some ideas in my head for how I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to try, like if it's a really hard course to walk around on, I probably just won't get a whole lot of footage, or I'll try to, try to get some other people to record some footage for me, if we've got some people that are willing to do that, but I definitely won't be as active when it comes to recording the footage, and it really didn't even serve me until this point anyways. Like I was recording so much footage, and looking back on it and being able to do all of these throwback videos and everything is super cool, but like there's just so much footage that's sitting on the hard drive that may never get used, and it's tough. But the reality of it is, while I'm recovering, I know that I don't need that much footage, and so I'll be taking it
You
a
mean
lot
you
easier.
don't need 20 runs from each event?
Yeah, at least, dude, at least. Honestly, looking at some of these events, like it's like, oh, I made 2 videos, okay, and then I go into the folder and it's like, holy shit, I have 40 runs. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely stick GoPros on random people. Just like, hey, hold this. It's just like see where they go with it, see what they do. Just like, just bring this back to me, please.
There, here, wear this chest mount.
I gotta
Just
put
just
like
walk
GPS
away.
locators so that I know where they're coming, where they're going and stuff. No, I think it'll still be good. We'll have some good footage from this season, but I'm just gonna be taking it easier. And then I think that's a good way to kind of subsidize some of the footage, be able to do a little bit of trailing content as well, and that's fun. I
You
think
know
people
what?
enjoy it.
I kind of like you saying that. You're just gonna take it a little easier at these events and enjoy yourself.
Well, especially now with how much I'm doing outside of these events, like that used to be like on the weekends was when I really like did a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like now I do a whole bunch of stuff all the time. So I don't need to like pack my weekends full of stuff. I'm gonna be taking it a little bit easier. Just relaxing a little bit more, or trying to as much as I can. Still want to be involved in it. Still love watching people run. Like I've learned so much just following behind people. I've learned more following behind people while they're running than, any other kind of method for learning. So it still serves me well, and I really enjoy it. So I'm not gonna like stop, you know, jumping around and following people. I'm just gonna be not quite as active, at least up until I'm 100% again. Some winch run videos, that'd be good. We got to do like a Lake Mary highlight reel, like try like a
Oh,
full scale run up to Lake
man,
Mary,
that
dude.
was probably one of the best runs we've
So
ever
much
had.
fun.
The
So much
first
fun.
Lake Mary run. I mean, like 6.5 hours of recovery and winching
If you've never
up
done
a
that,
1 mile trail.
If you've never done that, that's some fun stuff. That's a good time to just like set out on an adventure and just make an agreement. We're not going to touch our rigs besides recovery, like we have to do real recoveries, and just look like
But
idiots
there's
for a
like a
few hours.
rule. There's a rule at like hour 5, you're slightly allowed to kick your
Yeah,
rig back up.
and once you get to the point where everyone's absolutely exhausted because they've tried to recover their rigs hundreds of times, then it's like, okay, we can start to loosen the rules a little bit. Just a
My
little bit.
back was sore
Dude,
from
it
like
was
leaning. No, it wasn't my back. It was like this muscle right here was sore from leaning down to grab
trying
the
to grab
winch.
winch lines. If you
Dude, it
haven't done
was.
that,
It was sore that day.
it's worth doing. Any viewers who are watching who are interested in what we're talking about, just set off. Say you're not going to touch your rigs. Get some recovery equipment going. Get a few guys. Make sure you've got at least one conservative guy who's not going to take all the crazy lines. And so you've at least got one guy who can pull the rest of everyone out when they get completely screwed, and just go for it. See how far you can make it before your soul is crushed and your spirits are broken. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to end if you feel so inclined. We've been going
Yeah.
for an hour and 10 minutes now. We did it. We made it.
All
Now
right.
it's bedtime.
So, all right. I think if I cast
Boom.
that way,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.